Hey, what's going on, people? It's your boy Chris. First I gotta give a special shout out to Nikki. All right, the topic. Yeah, I don't even know what to name this video, but I don't know this big thing about the stop and frisk that's going on. All right, they have legislation that now they're gonna have like an oversee for stop and frisk and all this other stuff in New York City right now. But the thing is, this thing really got to me because when the now that they're going against stop and frisk, the police commissioner and the mayor of New York City are talking about that, if they stop and frisk, that means people are going to die, your children are going to die, stuff like that. Now, right now, there's a big thing about Bloomberg saying something about white people stop more than black people, which is nonsense. But a lot of people are thinking about that when that they really should be looking at the statements they said before that. They're basically saying without saying that, look, these black and Hispanic people are wild animals. If we don't do stop and frisk, then they're just going to be running around with guns, shooting, killing each other like crazy. And the fact is, as a black man, I actually know what they're talking about. I mean, we're actually doing that right now, even though stop and frisk is still in effect. And as a black man, it's kind of like, on one hand, it's insulting to hear stuff like that. It's like saying you're a bunch of wild animals. If we don't do that, there's no way we're going to be able to keep you in check and stop you from killing one another. Because the people they're talking about we're killing, we basically kill each other. We ain't killing white people that much. And I don't know why I'm saying we, but I'm talking about as a group, because I'm not killing anybody. But I don't know, man. I'm just like, it kind of like gets to me. I'm just like, I mean, that's the image of us. And in a way, I really, I can't turn my head and act like I can't see why they actually think that, because, the body counts, especially with the summertime now, the summertime, what's going to happen? A lot of kids are going to be up all night smoking weed, hanging out in the street, hanging out in the park in the wee hours of the morning. And, that's what they're going to do for the summer. And the thing is, the fact is, you got adults doing that year round. I've seen adults, I know grown people who do that. They smoke weed, hang out in the streets, hang out in the park. On work days, like on a Monday morning, people supposed to be going to work. You see people hanging out, smoking weed, and you're like partying. For some reason, black culture, we big up that kind of stuff, selling drugs, smoking weed like crazy, hanging out. It's not like white people don't smoke weed and do stuff like that too, but for some reason we take shit to the extreme. And on one hand it's insulting, but on the other hand, I can see why people look that way at us, and I'm just like, on one hand, I don't know, I think I'm proud of being black, but on the other hand, I'm kind of ashamed of us at times. I'm just like the image that we portray and the way people look at us. I mean, yeah, we have athletes, we're great at athletics and stuff like that, but that's basically entertainment. I want people to look at us like, Asians are the model minority. Like, you say minorities, people aren't even thinking about Asians. Asians actually are minorities because of their small numbers, but they're the model minorities. Nobody has problems with the Asian Americans. All the problems stem from the blacks and Hispanics. I don't know, you just get tired of it. I mean, you get tired of being told that you're a bunch of wild animals and that you act like wild animals, and we're going to pretty much have to treat you like such. And if we don't treat you like such, you guys are going to run wild and kill each other and kill each other's kids. And I don't know, man. I don't want to be one of those blacks who's ashamed of being black, because I don't want to turn into one of those people who's basically blacks who are ashamed of being black. Are those supposed to be the bougie black people, the bourgeois black people? They're like, hey, we have black skin, but we're Oreos. We're white on the inside. We're only black on the outside. We're white on the inside. I don't know, man. This whole thing about stop and frisk, though, I mean, they're saying that, all right, with the policy that's supposed to go into effect, they're saying the murder rate's going to go up, all kinds of stuff, and I'm hoping that they're wrong, man. I'm hoping that they are wrong. They're saying that, if it's crazy. I mean, they're not saying this literally, but they're basically saying if you think it's crazy in the hood now, it's going to be even crazier once they start stopping the police from stopping frisking people, because now they're basically saying the brothers are going to walk around with all the guns and knives they want. They don't have, they're not going to be worried about it, and they're going to use them. And that's another thing that even bothers me. I mean, we're gunning each other down, we're shooting each other, stabbing each other, beating each other, and we're blaming the guns. Oh, they're bringing in the guns. I'm like, yeah, I know it's the motherfuckers who are using the guns. That's their mentality. It's like they down to do that because being a gangster is something that's cool in our culture, you know. As the generations go on, you know, one generation's trying to top the next. You know, the previous generation, they try to blame the current generation, like, you know, they just started this shit. No, that was like passed on. You get a bunch of people who were born in the 60s and 70s together, they'll all talk like none of this stuff ever happened when they might as well stop fronting. It was like the kids are getting that, you know, they get this stuff they're doing, they're just trying to top the people who came before them. They're trying to be more cold-blooded and more ruthless than the people before them. And I have to admit, a lot of black men, they'll admit that they used to do crazy stuff back in the day, but that's kind of like a badge of honor type thing. Like, you know, I used to run the streets, you know, I was big in the streets, you know, and people respected me, and I used to, you know, I mean, you know, and it's kind of like a badge of honor, you know. I don't have that badge on. Just for those of you who might be wondering, I'm not. No one who knows me will say that Chris was big in the streets, running the streets, or any other stuff. That's not me. I mean, when you hear me saying stuff like we and us and stuff like that, I mean, as a generation, but I don't mean that I was actually involved in a lot of that stuff. But I mean, I don't know, man. The images of us is just so negative, and you can be insulted, and you can like say that's not us, but then again, you have to look at what's going on in the streets and like ask yourself, is that really us? I don't know. I'm just hoping that you know, the commissioner and Ray Kelly are, you know, I mean, Ray Kelly is the commissioner, and the Mayor Bloomberg are wrong, and that we aren't these wild savages. And even though they're not literally saying this stuff, they can't literally say this stuff because, you know, they'll be in court, they'll lose their jobs and all this other stuff. But that's basically what they're saying. These, you know, these black and Hispanic people are wild animals, and they, you know, they have to do everything without being able to curtail them. They're just gonna, you know, run wild. I don't know. I guess I'm just frustrated, man. Stuff like that kind of burns me up, man, because, you know, I think that, you know, we should be insulted. They say stuff like that. We should be insulted like, yo, that's not us. But, you know, they could throw stats in our face and say, well, yeah, that is you. So, I don't know. I guess I'm just letting off steam. I'm just letting off frustration because, like I said, I hope that they're wrong about the way they went about. I hope these once they like stop the stop and frisk, you know, that we don't start going crazy, and, you know, the crime stats don't fly up, you know, murders don't go up, and all this other stuff. But I guess time will tell. Anyway, I guess I'm kind of ranting. So thanks for listening, people. Hope you guys have a good summer. And like I said, thanks for listening. Peace.